Welcome back to Let's Laugh About It. And are you guys ready to laugh?
Are you guys ready to fucking cackle?
Cackle. Cackle.
Cackle. Giggle. You know what?
Please, Jackie the VA.
Synonyms for laugh.
Please look up synonyms for laugh.
Let's look it up, and we're going to let you know. Here's some synonyms for laugh. Guffaw.
What?
Chuckle. Chortle. Cackle. Howl. Roar. Ha-ha.
What was that first one you said?
Guffaw. I've heard that before. G-U-F-F-A-W. An example. Both men guffawed at the remark.
Interesting. Cackle wasn't on there, was it?
Was it not?
I don't think it was, but I liked that one.
Yeah.
I liked that one a lot.
You've heard cackle before.
I've heard cackle, but I for some reason I thought it was very timely with tomorrow's Halloween in live world. Not when this is posted. Halloween would have already passed.
What does cackle have to do with Halloween?
Made me think of a witch cackle.
Ooh.
A witch cackling. Right? That's
Hell
what witches do?
Yeah.
Anyways, the topic today, and I'm excited because I feel like Jackie has learned a lot about this. So I want to it's a perfect topic because Jackie knows just enough to understand, but enough to ask intuitive questions.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Excited.
So the topic today is laughable moments in 3PL.
Ooh.
Do you remember what 3PL means?
That's a third party logistics?
Yeah. Yes, Jack. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
We've talked about 3PLs before, but I have a laughable. It was not funny when it happened. And actually there's so many things that happen in a 3PL. So a 3PL, or actually I guess any warehouse, a third party logistics center is one that you don't own. You hire out to pack your orders, but it's the big warehouse that you can store your product. They pack the orders, they send it out, but so many mistakes can happen at that touch point that is just so annoying. I have a ton of now laughable 3PL stories, but
They weren't laughable at the time.
they weren't laughable at
Am I
the
right?
time. You're right. You're so right. I was not cackling.
No, you weren't. Or chuckling or guffawing.
I was not guffawing.
No.
So my favorite 3PL story to tell is one time we had this huge launch, and we always did launches for a previous job on the same day every week. It was a big hype thing, and if you didn't order right when we launched, we did the same time, same day of the week, all the time. And if you didn't order right at launch, you might not have gotten the product, and it was singular drops, whatever. We were launching
Very Nike of you guys.
It was so Nike of us.
Yeah.
So Supreme of us.
That's so Nike coded.
Yeah. Let's Laugh About It doesn't understand that unless actually they probably do, because
When something's coded, it means it's like that. So me saying that's so Nike coded, I was saying that because Nike does those little drops.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
go on with your story.
So hype. Building hype was our thing. They were shaker cups, and we were dropping a new shaker cup, and it was a color of a shaker cup that we had another version of that same shaker cup, but a different color or different type. And so our 3PL was being proactive and was pre-packing all of these orders because they knew that there'll be a ton of orders that are just this product. Sometimes they'll be that product, it'll have that, but plus some. So they pre-packaged all these boxes with at least one of those shaker cups in it. And they got it all ready. Great. Right. We had all the orders. They all happen at the same time. They pack all the orders at the same time. It happened on a Thursday. I started getting emails. At this time, I managed the customer experience team. And this was also a time where I didn't have a lot of balance in my life, that I was working a lot of weekends and stuff. And I started checking emails, just popping in to see what was going on in the inbox, because I was whoa, we're getting a lot of emails on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Usually Fridays, I I've experienced this like across the board with companies. Usually Fridays are pretty chill for companies. Like nobody wants to deal with like reporting their problems on Fridays. Yeah.
I'm always reporting my problems on a Monday.
Yeah. Mondays are like
sure.
the day to do it. Or even just, I don't know, Fridays have like across the board for companies that I've seen just been like pretty chill. So usually like weekends aren't too bad, but I started seeing like tons of emails coming in on Saturday and they all were saying the same thing. And at first I saw like 10 of them, and keep in mind, this was like drops on Thursday. Like maybe some people were getting emails or like getting it delivered by a Saturday, like maybe. But it kept saying the same thing. I ordered this, but I got this over and over and over again. And I was like, oh darn, like maybe like one person like did the wrong, like 10 orders that like was the same thing, but different. It ended up being every single person who ordered on that day got the wrong shaker cup.
That's awful.
It was horrible. And I didn't have a team set up for like that amount of inquiries. Because we never would get that amount of inquiries. And yeah, it was not funny at all. It was actually also, I was traveling for work at the time. I was in Vegas, and I was also training a new person. It was somebody's first day who was like on my team. And I remember being like, I promise
this does not normally happen. Don't run
and
away.
when stuff like that was happening too, I'd be like on the phone like with the 3PL, like asking like what happened, like how can we fix this in like a quicker way, because usually when things like that happen, there's a reporting process of like, hey, just so you know, this happened, can you fix it, like one by one. So I had to figure out how to like export all these orders, upload a CSV file of like everyone's addresses who all ordered like all these things. And it's just like I had to learn how to work like smarter rather than harder. Otherwise, asking the team and also like communicating with the team of like, okay, nobody answer any of these emails that has this problem, because otherwise people will start getting double replacements. People will get like it. Usually you respond to one customer at a time. So I had to like close all these tickets, tell to everyone on the team, like, don't talk to these people, because like I'm going to send out like a mass email to all these people when usually you respond one by one. But I wanted to talk about this because I got reminded, because in my current job, we're actually improving our 3PL processes. And they're so important because, and there's so many different things that go along with it. And I wanted to ask you, Jackie, if you have any, like, do you have any memorable experiences where you got the wrong item for something? Or like, I guess not memorable, but like things that you remember that you're like, what the fuck?
I'm trying to remember if I've ever been sent something I didn't order. Actually, I've been sent... one time I ordered like a t-shirt from, should I put the brand on blast? I love the brand. And actually they just sent me, so Princess Polly one time. And this was like, I was like, Princess Polly's been around for a few years now, but I believe, I could be wrong, but I think I was like ordering from Princess Polly when they were really new. Pretty sure I was like on to Princess Polly when they were like new on the scene. One time I ordered a shirt from them, and I ordered one shirt. They only charged me for one shirt, and they sent me the shirt they sent me the shirt 3 times.
Oh no.
Like, and it was 3 separate shipments.
Yeah.
But it was all the right size in different colors.
What?
Which was really confusing, because I would kind of get if like maybe somehow like, I don't know, it's submitted like 3 times, but it was different versions of the shirt. So I didn't care.
In 3 different packages.
3 different packages.
Wow.
3 different colors, all the right size. And I just like felt like being nice, I guess. And I actually let them know that it happened. And they didn't ask me to send it back or anything. They were like, enjoy. And so then I had the same shirt in 3 different colors.
See, I wonder if when that happened, if you were just like a one-off like thing that happened, or if every single person who ordered that shirt, that same thing happened to.
Yeah.
Because weird things happen. It's all like computerized.
Yeah. But what I thought was so weird about it was that because I've had it before actually with Amazon a few times where I've ordered something and they send it like twice. But usually it's like they accidentally send 2 in the same package, and it's always the same color and same size. I thought it was interesting that this was like
Three different
colors.
3 different colors.
And 3 different packages.
Yeah, because that's insane because they would have had to print 3 different packing slips and packing labels.
But yeah, I wasn't upset about it.
It is so crazy that how like anything can happen. There was one time we and I actually feel so like deep for brands that have a lot of SKUs, which like Princess Polly like has so many different options. So like every time they add a product or any brand adds a product, there's so much room for error because like they have to add it into like their computer system and like all the online stuff, but then they also have to add it to the 3PL system and it has to match perfectly. And then not only that, like on the virtual side, but like they have to make sure that it's in the right bin so that when it gets packed, like there's so many different touch points.
Yeah.
And there was one time where we uploaded, it was like another drop, and we uploaded the SKU. And so the SKU is like the number that is associated with the item. And we uploaded them, and there was a space after so it was like whatever SKU, and then there was a space, and we like press enter and we put it into the system.
Yeah.
And it's invisible. Like when you look at it, you can't see a problem.
Yeah. And
we did the whole launch and no orders were showing in our warehouse. And I think it took me a couple, it might've taken me like a whole day to figure it out because people weren't receiving their tracking, or maybe a lot of times I'm like clicking around and I'm like, oh, that's weird. Like this order doesn't have a tracking number yet, but like it usually should within this time. And then I'll look and then like see that there's like this huge gap of orders that didn't get sent through. Yeah. And that time it was literally because we put a space, like we uploaded the SKU, there's a space. So it wasn't the same item. And none of those orders got sent to the warehouse to be fulfilled because like it was broken. Like there was like a connection that was broken because of literally an invisible space.
This is like so different, but what I can like relate that to is, so in the program that we use at like my job, I work for a law firm, and we have this like big like case system where like all of our cases and whatever are in whatever. But like that, it's so sensitive too with like if I'm trying to run a search for like a list of cases that like fit this criteria, if I have like a space in the wrong spot or like something weird like that, it will like totally mess up the report that pulls. And sometimes you won't even realize that the report you pulled was messed up because it'll somehow like choose what to pick because you like did it a little bit wrong. And so like I'll pull a report and I'll start working on a report and be like, this doesn't seem like a case that should be in this list. And then I'll go back and look at my search and I'll be like, oh my God, I had a space in between like 2 words that shouldn't have had a space or something. Yeah. You use computers because it's supposed to be more accurate, but like sometimes it's worse than human error. And I guess it all starts from human error, like the human put the words in wrong or whatever. Yeah. But it's crazy.
Well, also you just like trust it.
Yeah.
Like you just started going at it, working on it. And then you're like, wait, this is wrong. Because you just trust because like calculators don't make mistakes. Yeah. So it's like you just trust it. But I always think it's cool to think of, or maybe not cool, but just interesting from like the consumer mindset of if you have no idea what goes on behind a brand and like you get the wrong item or like something's late, it's just like you put so much pressure on the brand of like, how could you fuck this up? Yeah. When there's so many touch points that could go wrong.
Yeah. So many hoops it goes through. Yeah.
But yeah, so we are making changes to our 3PL right now, and it is just like a world's difference of how these warehouses operate differently and like put these procedures in place to prevent mistakes.
I was about to say, what do you mean by you guys like trying to find a new one or something?
Yeah, we're adding one right now, and it's cool to see everyone's different processes, like in how people deal with different issues.
How does a brand go about getting like a new 3PL? Do you guys like interview?
Yeah. So many interviews. You have like, you can get consultants to like even just interview for you basically. Yeah. I don't know if I guess, they are like interviews.
Kind
of
like,
yeah. You, a lot of it is like pricing too. 'Cause you could get, there's the other thing with the 3PLs, is they have some of them have like different deals with shipping carriers to get better pricing. So that can make like a world's difference, even if it's like a couple cents per package. If they have a better shipping rate, it like makes such a difference. But then also they have like different procedures for like, I don't know how some 3PLs don't like scan an item before they put it in a box. Like that creates so many issues if they don't do that part. So like there's so many, each one has different procedures and like standards. And we actually chose one that right now, like hopefully this is like how it is, but they work with you more closely instead of just being like, okay, yeah, we'll pack your orders. They like care about the actual like experience, which if you guys know me, like every little touch point matters as far as like the unboxing experience. Like right now, we don't have that special of an experience, in my opinion. Like I just think it could be better. Of like someone receives a box, like knows it's Chomps, like sitting on your doorstep because it's like whatever, like a bright red box. We right now have kind of like standard, simple packaging. Okay. Sorry about that. Update actually on the podcast. A little brief. This is a perfect time to plug our sponsor, Inevitable Agency. Thank you, Inevitable Agency, for sponsoring because we were able to upgrade our camera, but we are having trouble figuring it out.
What does Inevitable Agency do?
Inevitable Agency helps with brand experiences. So you can DM me if you want any information about Inevitable Agency. But we help with customer experience and branding for brands who just want to. Actually, that is perfect for just the experience. We were just talking about custom boxes. But yeah, we got a new camera and we're just trying to figure it out.
It's a learning curve.
It's a learning curve, but the quality is going to get so nice once we figure out this like new camera. It's such an upgrade. Where were we though? Oh, the custom boxes and having just like those touch points, especially for new customers who are like brand new to your brand, and any touch point, whether it's in the box, whether it's like virtual, the follow-ups after really do count. But it's so hard to get a 3PL who like will help you do that because they even charge, a lot of them charge, actually all of them charge for like every time they touch an item. So it's like, okay, like if your item is, this is just an example, like let's say you're selling something for $1, which you probably won't be online. It still costs, no matter how much your item is, it'll cost the same amount for them to touch it, to pack it. So like a lot of times it's like 25 cents. So like if someone orders 4 things that cost $1, it's costs them a whole $1 to just pack those 4 things.
That makes sense.
And then a lot of times it's the same thing for like if you see like stickers in boxes all the time, like they've charged 10 cents to put like an insert. And these are just examples, but this is like all those experiences that you see actually cost money for like every touch point, unless you have like a really good relationship with your 3PL and you're able to like be like, hey, like this, every single box gets this. We're not willing to pay for you to touch these like pieces of paper. That's
interesting. I never realized that.
Yeah. Everything costs money. Or like, I had this experience at a previous company. We wanted to do custom tape like on the box. So like sometimes you see like, it'll say the brand's name on the tape. And they literally told us no, because they said it would like, take them too much time to use. They don't have the equipment to use like custom tape. So like simple things that you think that would just be like, just use this tape instead of that tape, like are not as simple. So those are the kind of things that we're actually looking for, is like being able to have that like more branded experience without it being like a big deal. Cause we like in the past, the like 3PL for us, like, or did the process of like ordering the boxes, but like custom boxes cost, like, it's just a different experience. So, it's always felt like so sticky to like change that process. So we're like trying to find,
especially when you guys like, cause I mean like you guys sell 1 million sticks a day. So I would imagine it's hard to try and transition your 3PL when like your rate of business is so high.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because there's like so much production going on.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's so many moving pieces, but so many moving pieces. And it's so intimidating.
Yeah.
Like, so intimidating because it's part of it's like, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes with some of those experiences, it's like, okay, if you, it's working, maybe you don't like, you're not in love with it, but it's working.
Yeah.
That's kind of like that intimidating factor of it.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, it's scary, like, because then sometimes when you like change something, you're like, shit, like nothing was wrong before.
Yeah.
And now we've got like all these issues to deal with. But that's just a part of changing things.
Mm-hmm. You have to take risks.
Yeah.
A lot of it is testing too. And some of that stuff is like hard to test. Because it's like, does it really matter? Does it move the needle? And a lot of times you have to test with like, you can't, I used to do these tests for first orders. So like you could do like a simple tag on like a Shopify order to like let, so that the 3PL knows it's like a first order. So like, let's say it was your first time ordering, your order will get a little tag on it. And then every time that tag, every time an order comes through with that tag, will add something to the order. So like only people who were ordering for the first time would get it.
Yeah.
And I used to do sample sizes of like 1,000, which I felt like is a lot of people.
Yeah.
But, and I would do things like put in, gifts for the first like hats or socks or whatever, inserts, all kinds of things. And they were so hard to test because then you're like waiting for people to get their orders and you're like, oh, like hopefully they like post something on social or like email in and say like they really appreciated that. But a lot of times like they don't like, if you think about it, if you get like a gift from a company, you just like, it makes you smile, it makes you feel good. But like, how does the company know?
I was going to say, I've never contacted a company. Yeah, ever for something positive.
Yeah. Yeah. But what it does affect is like you coming back. So that's like what I look at like long term is like, okay, from those 1,000 people that we gave this, this, and this, compare them and like how many people came back to spend more money.
Yeah.
Because that actually, like, even if you don't know you're doing it subconsciously, like if one company gives you like a good experience and one doesn't, you're going to like remember and come back to that company.
Oh, yeah. Or like I'll use companies that are even like more expensive. If like I know like, okay, I'm spending a little bit more, but like I know like if something were to go wrong, I'll get like a full refund and a free product or something. Like, that does make such a difference.
Yeah. But it's so, I'm so impatient. And that's like the retention part of the business. It's like, if, depending on your business, like, and some people could have businesses where like their repeat purchase rate is a whole year. So it's like you're doing these tests and then you have to wait like 9 months to see if those customers come back like a couple months before.
Yeah.
So changing things like custom boxes, like, and then comparing to, I don't know, it is like
That is hard. Yeah.
It's expensive. Like,
yeah. And I could imagine like working in that, like I wouldn't like that. I would be impatient about that.
I am so impatient. But once you get it, it's hard. It's hard at first because you're like, the first test you do is like you have to wait so long to do it. But then like if you do a test every couple weeks or every month, then you're like looking back from a test that happened a year ago or whatever. Yeah. But you do have to have a fuck ton of patience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not cut out for that.
Yeah.
Patience is not my middle name. So.
Isn't it's not? What is your middle name?
Do you think it is?
Patience.
Like, do you think I'm patient?
We should do our Bobby segment.
Okay. Who's Bobby? I kind of want to be Bobby.
You be Bobby.
Okay.
I thought you started already. I thought that Who's Bobby was part of it.
Did you? That's funny.
I can't do it. I can't even be the guest.
I'm just wondering what's funny.
I can't. You're so good at it.
I want to laugh too. What's funny?
It's so awkward feeling. Like, I would not want to be on her podcast.
Who's her?
It just like puts this like weird like energy in the room, and like everyone can feel it.
Who's everyone? There's nobody else in this room besides us two.
And Sally.
Sally's a dog.
You're so good at it.
Thanks.
You're so good at it. We were talking, speaking of last episode with the phase topic, Bobby interviewed, no, Bobby didn't. A girl, Lovely Low on Twitch, she's a streamer. She interviewed someone from Phase Swag, Bobby style. So like, kind of relevant because it was Phase. We talked about Phase, the acquisition last week. But it was so good. Yeah. So when I saw that and just like, and she gave credit, like every time she posted a clip of like the Bobby style, she like said, she tagged Bobby. I wonder what Bobby like, if she likes that or if she doesn't.
I think I would like it because people, as long as I got credit.
Mm-hmm. The first couple times I saw Bobby like doing that, I didn't understand that it was like a bit. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I don't get it. Like, who would want to like be like,
oh my God, I
like
remember that. Zoe was like, this girl interviews so weird. Do you remember that? And I was like,
yeah.
Zoe, it's the bit.
It's a joke. I didn't get it. I was like, what the fuck? Why do people like her? Like, why does everyone want to like
be interviewed by this stale ass bitch? That's basically what you said. And I was like, Zoe, for the love of Jesus Christ, like, God.
That's my pop culture, my unpop culture showing.
Well, it is funny though. Do you know that she was like a mom TikToker?
She's a mom?
Yes. So Bobby's
a mom?
Bobby has 2 kids. And she used to be like a mom TikToker. That's how she got big, like mom content on TikTok. I think
How old is she?
She's young. She's like a young mom.
Wow.
But I think she's only like 25, 26 maybe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. But she used to, I think she actually has deleted all the content now because she used to show her kids' faces and she has since decided that she doesn't. A lot of mom TikTokers are actually doing this now. Like they used to like always post like her kids' faces all the time, and a lot of mom TikTokers are doing this now where like they're now switching to like, I don't want to show my kids' faces anymore because they're getting older. They don't get to consent to it.
That's how I feel about my boyfriend.
Yeah.
He's getting older. He doesn't consent to it.
Consented yet.
His voice can be on my vlogs, but not his face.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's like decided she didn't want to show their faces anymore. So then she just started posting like, it became like her persona to post like stale content like that. Like she'd make jokes like, yeah, my daughter's name is Concrete. That was like her big joke for a while. I don't know. And they were like funny. And I think she like noticed that people like found that persona funny. So then that's when she started this podcast. But yeah, she used to post like mom content.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I love that one girl. I feel bad that I don't know her name because I like think about her content a lot, and unfortunately I can never remember her name.
Describe her.
She's the one who redoes logos and does them really ugly. She'll be like, yeah, so I think that McDonald's reached out to me and asked me to redo their logo, and so this is what I came up with. And they're so fucking funny because they're so bad.
Yeah.
But she keeps such a straight face the entire time. And then like it's speaking of like brands and e-com and stuff, then people are like, brands are commenting on our videos like, do ours because it's good. Like it's
traction.
Good. Yeah, traction and like awareness for your brand, even though they're like taking your brand and like making it worse. Like it's so fucking funny. But she has that same like stale, like straight face.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
It's funny. Like I like it. I will say though, it gets old.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like sometimes I'm like, okay, like fucking.
Yeah.
But so, like that. But then again, that's not the point. You're not like coming to her podcast to watch a real interview.
Right. Do you think that it won't get old because it's different people every time?
Yeah, as long as the guests are good. Like Drake was a good guest because he really like, it was funny because he was like laughing at it. Mm-hmm. I have found that she has had guests sometimes where they try and be like stale back.
Oh yeah.
Like she'll be like, what's so funny? And they'll be like, nothing. And it's more entertaining when she's being stale and the other person is like finding it funny or like awkward. I think that's why Drake's did so well. Like, I saw that she got a lot of like bad reviews on her one with maybe the one with Little Yachty. And I think it's because he was like trying to be like trying to put up a fight.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not funny.
Right.
Like, people think it's funny when you like find it funny
Mm-hmm.
and like laugh about
Mm-hmm.
during it. Like, she had I'm blanking on his name, but the guy from Shark Tank.
Oh,
The like main guy. I'm blanking on his name. He owns
Storm Daddy will know.
He owns a basketball team in Texas. But his was really funny because he thought everything she was saying was like hilarious.
Yeah.
Mark Cuban. Storm Daddy knew. But yeah.
Yeah.
I find her really funny. And I kind of have Bobby energy.
You can get Bobby. Yeah, for sure.
Like, I'll be like, what? I do it to Brian all the time. Poor Brian. I'm always like, what?
What?
I can talk about content that gets old.
Oh, go ahead. Tell us.
Well, I can't think of examples right now, so I guess I shouldn't have said that. But I often find myself being like, I'm so tired of this content.
Honestly, too.
Just like random stuff.
From going from like a content creator's perspective, it's so hard to figure out because, especially when TikTok, like COVID TikTok, and everyone was doing like the same trends, and like it's still kind of around too, but like you don't really understand what's on other people's timelines. Like, you don't know if you're like you're at the like beginning of a trend, the middle, or an end until like you're consumed by it, and you're like, okay, that's old.
Well, the weird thing about saturation, like content saturation with TikTok specifically, is that I think a lot of it has to do with the people consuming the content, the mood they're in that day. Because sometimes I can be on TikTok, and if I'm like scrolling and every video that comes up is like the one before, I can get like so annoyed and be like, I'm getting off TikTok and I'm moving to YouTube or something. Or other times I can be on the For You page and I can be being fed the same content over and over and I'm eating it up. Like, it really depends on the mood I'm in that day.
Okay, for when like the Barbie fad was like happening and every brand was like posting a Barbie like meme thing.
You hated that. Didn't you? I feel like I remember you not liking that.
I remember like, and this isn't my like sector, like technically that I work in, so I don't have to make these decisions, but I'm always like thinking about them. But like as a brand, you're like, did we miss the curve or should we like jump on it? And like every brand, I didn't hate it, but I was like,
did Chomps do a Barbie trend?
Yeah, Chomps did end up doing it, and I sent out like a Barbie like SMS and everything.
Yeah,
but I felt like I did it so late, you know. But like every day, I felt like, but like still today,
people are still doing the Barbie.
Yeah,
yeah.
So like as a consumer, do you feel like if you see a Barbie post tomorrow, how would that make you feel?
At this point, I'm annoyed by it.
Mm-hmm.
Although, no, I was gonna try and like say that I'm not, but no, I'm annoyed by it.
You're annoyed by it.
Yeah, and well, because right now, the Barbie trend keeps going, but we keep going through phases of like a new thing about the Barbie trend. So right now it's the I'm just Ken one.
Oh yeah, like Knuff.
I'm Knuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's big right now, and it's annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
Also because it's like, I don't care. Because isn't Barbie supposed to be about like women empowerment? Why does it always go back to men?
Did you see Barbie?
No, but I really, really do want to see it.
I do too. Want to go see it?
Yeah.
We should go see it.
No way it's in theaters anymore.
Oh, we should watch it on our TV.
I'm sure we can order it.
We should. Yeah, it's interesting too because they've got to know that like it was a spike and it's not gonna like continue. Or like, how do you? I don't even know how to like continue that on, or maybe that's what they are trying to do with like the different trends.
Well, and I also think after Halloween it'll start to phase out because I think they're not part of the reason why it was still so big up until now was because they were trying to shove it down people's throats because they wanted people to be it for Halloween.
Dress up as Barbie. Well, the crazy thing is people were having those Barbie parties in whatever months ago, and it was like Halloween dress up Barbie parties.
Or the Barbie movie has been talked about for like months, or not months, years now. I remember like 2 years ago being reported on, and they filmed Barbie like 2 years ago because there was like paparazzi pictures of like it being filmed. So people, I don't know if you remember, but Barbie obviously wasn't out last Halloween. People dressed up as the Barbie character like from this movie because there was already pictures of the outfit last Halloween. So I think that's another reason why I feel so over the Barbie shit, because I'm like, oh my god, people wore this for Halloween last year too. Like, it's enough.
No more Barbies.
No more Barbie.
No more Barbies.
No.
Transitioning. I don't remember if we talked about Flip on. I'm getting confused because now we got the podcast, the vlog, and everything. Did we talk about Flip on this? I think we might have briefly.
I should know because I'm the one who literally. No, we didn't. We didn't.
Okay, so I wanted to get everyone's like hot takes and maybe either comment on, or maybe we could do a poll on Spotify. Maybe.
Oh yeah,
Let's do a poll.
Yeah.
I want to know from this audience if we think that the app Flip is going to flip or flop.
Yeah, flip or flop. I think it's gonna flop.
So if you don't know, I'm assuming a lot. Well, I guess I shouldn't assume. Flip is an app that is like TikTok, but just for shopping. So essentially, it's like a feed full of ads. And recently, it's been the talk of the town on the brand side because they've been giving a lot of money. I don't know when the money started.
I wanted to read the money thing. So it says, when the friend you invited makes his or her first purchase on Flip, you make money. Earnings also come from actions on the reviews you share.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was confused by it. When users watch your reviews and live videos or make purchases from your reviews or live videos, you get the earnings. Earnings can be redeemed for cash or store credit.
Yeah. There's so many ways to like get credit on this app, which is confusing to me because I don't know how many people are like actually spending their money on it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, brand side, we went on Flip because like all the brands were like talking about it and we wanted to be like, okay, well, like people are spending their money on it. Like we might as well sell Chomps on there.
Yeah.
And so same with a lot of brands. But they're giving away. So like my app says that I can give away like $42,000. So like just one person, I can give away $40,000. And I think most people can. So, and then, every time I give it away, I get that too. So whatever, that's like, I'm 80,000. Nobody's actually like reaching that threshold.
Yeah.
But like, if I am one person, 80 grand, and then also not just that's just from like referring people. You also get credit from like not just like making them, but actions on the app, like watching them. So like the more you watch, it's like channel points on Twitch.
Yeah. But what I was talking to Zoe about and why I think it's going to flop, to me, it's like TikTok shop. Mm-hmm. But TikTok shop, you get like discounts. And I guess Flip you do in the way that like you're getting that credit.
Yeah, so if you're not using,
just like not put in the time to earn the credit, I'd rather just be on TikTok where I already am to consume content that's fun and get the discount.
Right. And I think that's like what most people, because the other thing, you're like working to get up to these like discounts.
Yeah.
And so you have to work up to get the discounts, but then you can only, once you use that like those credits from like, you can use like, I was giving people and people were redeeming $75. So I was getting like, I got like a fuck ton of product for like beauty products.
Yeah.
A lot of Olipop. Like,
or like you also, another part of it is you have to have the like motivation or like the willpower to like keep sending those out. Like Zoe kept sending them out. I got my credit from Zoe and I was like, that's all I'm going to do. Like I'm not going to send it to anybody now.
Yeah.
I got my free product and I ran.
Yeah. I gave it to people who were like wanting to try Chomps for free because I'm like, oh, like if you want to try Chomps for free, like here, I'll send you an invite. And then every time I sent someone an invite, then I also could get the credit too. So it was like really easy for me brand side, especially because the other thing is like I was like asking my friends who are brand side, like, are you guys on this app? You should check it out for your brand. Yeah. So it was like, it's very like talkable for me where like.
From the brand side, can you talk about this? Is Chomps paying Flip?
So I don't own this part of like, this isn't my job, but we must pay like some type of like app fee. I don't know all the details. I could get it though, because it's nothing.
Because how the fuck does Flip make any money?
Yeah, no, the brands must, and then the brands must take a percentage from or Flip must take a percentage from the brands and the consumer.
Like the sales?
Yeah. Because a lot of these things for brands, it's kind of like a play on awareness too.
Another question I have. is I'm interviewing you.
I love it, Jack.
Are the chopsticks upcharged?
No.
So it's a regular price.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the like terms of service are for those, like of if you're allowed to do that or not, or maybe you have to give them at a lower price. There's all kinds of rules like for across like retailers and online and like pricing and stuff.
Because if you order from like Instacart, those products are upcharged.
Oh yeah. But what I was going to say is if you're just like a regular consumer of the app and like trying to get those like watch points, you can only get 30% off of an item. So like you can't just continue getting free stuff. So I think that's where they're like trying to bank, like, oh, you can basically like consume, and like the more you consume, like you can get 30% off every time you order if you wanted to. And then you're just like, so I think that's where, but still, like you said, if you're able to get that discount without working for it on TikTok, then why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then the same thing was like, why would you want to like make this free content to just like for these brands to maybe get some free stuff? Yeah.
Well, also, like I for one am like so like even like, well, I know people do watch Instagram Reels and I know people do watch YouTube Shorts. I personally like don't really. If I'm gonna consume short form content, I'm gonna do it on TikTok. I don't really do it on anything else. But I know there's people who like refuse to download TikTok, so their short form content is Instagram Reels, or I don't know how popular
some people
YouTube
even are
Shorts
on
is.
like love Facebook short form.
But I for one am like, I don't have the space in my day for another short form content app.
Yeah.
Like especially one that feels like work.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I feel like Flip is gonna flop.
I think that people are going to use all their free money and then forget about it.
Yeah.
There needs to be a bigger purpose, but that's our hot take on Flip.
But maybe they'll develop one.
Yeah.
Maybe they're listening to what we're saying.
I don't know. I think that they've been trying.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to like share, but I was talking to a friend who has like a similar type of like post about products and earn money kind of thing. But he was saying that they saw Flip when they were making their brand, and like that was like years ago. And so Flip has been trying to like figure out what is working, and they're doing the right thing as far as like this, like people are talking about it now. I mean, they've been around for years and I never heard of it. So yeah, like if they are able to find like a different purpose that get people to actually stick.
Yeah.
Maybe they're coming out with something. Maybe this is their way to get people, and then they're going to launch something crazy.
We're going to have to see.
Will it flip or will it flop?
Will it flip or will it flop? And that was your segment of Will It Flip or Will It Flop?
Every week now, we're going to do a flip or flop. We're going to get sued by what's that TV show. Please don't sue us. I don't have any money.
Yesterday. Wait.
What?
This
Jack?
is like off subject, but just a funny little thing that I want to plug. A reason why San Diego is just such a great place. Me and Brian yesterday were on a walk to, we were going to go watch the Bears game. And these people were like literally just having like a day party on their front lawn. And they were like, well, first they were like, you guys want a drink for the road? A roadie or whatever?
Oh, that's nice.
And we were like, sure. And then they were like, you guys want a piece of meat? And we were like,
piece of meat?
Yeah, they were grilling.
Oh.
And we were like, sure. And they were like, actually, you guys just want to like come on up? And we were like, sure. But
did you make friends?
Yeah.
You made us some friends.
I made a Chicago friend. She's from Wrigleyville. Like actually grew up in Wrigleyville and stuff. Yeah. She was really nice. But what was I gonna say? Oh, we were talking about the soda pop debate. They were like,
oh.
I was like, do people really like not call soda pop like anywhere besides like Illinois and like Minnesota? And they were like, no. There's people from like all over because everybody lives in San Diego is like not from San Diego. And everybody was like, we call it soda. We call it soda. We call it soda.
Yeah.
Like, damn, we really are the only ones who call that shit pop.
I don't know if I say it anymore. I don't.
Oh, I do. I never say soda.
I don't think I actually refer to either. I think I just say the name, like Diet Coke. I don't think I ever refer to it as either soda or pop.
I'll say like I'm craving a pop.
Do you?
Yeah.
I only hear the words,
Well,
I need a Diet Coke.
well, yeah,
out of your
because we're
mouth.
obsessed with Diet Coke. But if I go to like a restaurant and I don't think I'm gonna like get a pop, I think I'm just gonna get water.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be like, you know what? I might get a pop.
You don't think you'll say, you know what? I think I'm going to get Diet Coke.
So I'm probably normally saying Diet Coke because Diet Coke is my pop of choice. But if I'm referring to the kind,
You don't think you say,
I say pop.
you don't think you say Diet Coke every time?
No.
I can't
Are you
be
trying to be
Bobby.
Bobby?
Trying to be Bobby.
That was like such a foul attempt.
Guess what?
What?
Veronica, guys,
This is Zoe's like favorite gal.
I'm obsessed with this girl. She showed up on, I was going to say this when we were talking about TikTok versus whatever. I really only consume Instagram Reels. And so I'll get back to Veronica because I came across her on Instagram Reels, but I think I haven't even looked her up on TikTok, but I think she has like a bigger TikTok. But the reason, now I'm backtracking, but the reason why I do Instagram Reels now is because I got by Instagram because fun fact, I don't talk about this a lot. During COVID, I grew my TikTok from 0. I downloaded TikTok and I grew up to 230K.
Yeah, crazy.
Like in, I don't know, 6 or 8 months. Just for fun. Like I was just like doing trends on TikTok and I just was like having fun. And then I like literally got sick of it and stopped posting. But when Instagram was trying to compete with TikTok and came out with the Reels, they started paying creators or influencers on Instagram to pay to post TikToks or Reels. And so it actually like did motivate me because I wasn't making any money on TikTok. I didn't monetize it at all. I didn't really care. But I was like, well, if I just post the same things on Instagram and I can make like $100 like super easy. I was already doing it for free. I could make up to like $1,200 a month on Instagram. But it actually like did phase out because the problem with TikTok is if you make it on TikTok, it's hard to get the watermark off. So I was making it on like a different app and uploading it. No, I was making it on Instagram, saving it from Instagram and then posting it on TikTok.
Yeah.
But it really did work for me because now my default is Instagram Reels.
Yeah. Interesting.
So it worked. But Veronica, I came across her on Instagram. Jackie's so sick of hearing me talk about Veronica. Her Instagram is Veronica's Cool. More brands need to actually work with her if she's interested.
If she's on TikTok.
She just started a podcast too. And Jackie, I don't know, you might have been on your walk.
She's definitely on TikTok.
For sure she's on TikTok. She talks about being on TikTok. But she's like an actress or actor now they say. Actress.
Yeah, she's got 254,000 followers on TikTok. I've never seen her before.
She's so funny. She's like a comedic. She kind of has that same like Bobby style. Like she's just like goofy. And I don't know if you were on your walk or not, but I was listening to her podcast, like literally dying. Like she's just like so funny.
I probably was on my walk because I didn't hear.
Yeah, I was just dying. But I feel like more brands, like she doesn't make any like branded content or anything. She's just like
she might get offered it and turn it down.
Maybe. She is so fucking funny. I don't know why I started talking about her. Why did I start talking about her?
Everything comes back to Veronica.
Everything comes back to... But her, she's so cool. I want to be... I know why.
Time flies when you're having fun. We've been on live for 55 minutes.
Time does fly when you're having fun.
That's crazy.
I know why I talked about her because her birthday is October 29th. And she's a Scorpio like me. And
she is.
And on the podcast, when did we talk about this? We talked about this on the other podcast, me and Jack. I'm a Scorpio. My birthday was on Friday. Mm-hmm. If you didn't say happy birthday to me, it's okay. You can still say happy birthday to me.
And you can review this podcast.
Yeah, for my birthday, I just wanted reviews on the podcast.
Good reviews.
Good reviews.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is they were talking about signs, and the guy who's on her podcast was like, they talked about how the guy thought that Scorpio was a fire sign. And that's what I thought. And Veronica said, no, it's actually a water sign.
It's not
What?
a fire sign.
Which is crazy. If it seems fiery.
You wish.
Yeah. We laughed so much.
Who did? You and Veronica?
No, me. On this podcast.
Oh, today's episode.
Because we're laughing about it. LAUGHABOUIT. Wait.
Let's laugh. I don't know. I was trying to think of something.
I spelt about and it in like the same thing.
About it.
We could do some little Easter eggs. I do have plans because I have a friend who works at 100 Thieves. I might have like teased this a little bit,
Yeah.
but I think it would be really fun to have him on because a lot of my audience is in the gaming world and knows 100 Thieves. So if you are looking at 100 Thieves content and also Juvie and High Ground, I don't know if
try
people...
Juvie if you haven't. It's seriously so good.
All of those brands are owned by 100 Thieves, and he works for all of them. So if you have any questions specifically for that brand, save up those questions because we'll have him on eventually.
Is Juvie in like convenience stores?
I don't know, actually.
Because I stopped in that market.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was on my walk today, and I was like looking for an energy drink. I ended up getting Celsius, but I thought of Juvie while I was looking.
Oh, really?
I was like, I wonder if Juvie's here. It wasn't, because it's I really like it.
They're on GoPuff. We'll have to look. That's a good question because I feel like I can't think of some. I feel like they are, but I can't think of a place.
Well, just
maybe like 7-Eleven.
Just to let Juvie know, I am looking for it when I'm in convenience stores. I'm sure you're already trying. Oh, Bourbon Buck said yes, they are 7-Elevens.
7-Eleven. Bourbon Buck knows all.
Good to know.
Yeah. And then the other, there was another like gaming relevancy thing that I wanted to do. But I do want to like tap into like that audience and just share more about like business and gaming and everything. So if you guys have any, I'd love to have Chris Smith on here. Chris Smith is my friend. He has a gaming agency that's more like works more like brand side with like things that I do like a day to day, where they do like campaigns for gamers and stuff, but cool. With brands. But he lives in Australia. We should go to Australia and interview him.
Quick and easy.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I bet you'd like to do that.
Maybe maybe if we ask Inevitable Agency, the sponsor, nicely, maybe in like next year.
Yeah. We'll have to look at the drawing board for that one. I bet you'd like to go to Australia, wouldn't you?
I would,
actually.
Sure
you want to revisit?
As long as I don't have to go into quarantine again.
And eat bones.
We can't go a whole episode without talking about the bones.
Stay tuned because when we're done with this, a funny reel about the bones will be posted on all social media platforms. I just need my boss to approve it. Am I right?
Yeah.
So.
Silly boss. Anyways, I have to housekeeping.
It's housekeeping time.
Do you know what that means, Jack?
Do you think I'm dumb? What do you mean? Why did you just talk to me like I was an idiot? Yeah, do you
Fuck
know
you,
what
Bobby.
that means?
Fuck you, Bobby. I should have never asked Jackie to be Bobby because now she's like subconsciously being Bobby and like it never needed to happen. Okay, housekeeping.
Housekeeping, that apparently means talking about reviews.
If you guys don't mind, for my birthday, I would love if you could review the podcast. We're trying to get to 50 reviews on Spotify. Also, we've been very impressed with the amount of plays on the YouTube.
Yeah.
People are watching it on YouTube,
Yeah.
which is really fun.
It is really fun because, I guess videos on Spotify too,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a different experience on YouTube.
It's a different experience, and like they're in playlists, and there's also the vlog content there. So like if you need more of me, you can watch my days in the life.
And everyone needs more of Zoe. And the YouTube is just Zoe Kahn at Zoe Kahn.
Yeah.
It's very easy to find.
And you could probably look up Let's Laugh About It, Zoe Kahn, and it'll pop up. But
yeah, it does.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all those things.
All the things.
That's what I meant by housekeeping. And then you said...
But you were like, reviews.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, housekeeping.
No,
like,
thing,
every...
You asked me what it means, and then you patronized me. And
No,
were like,
I meant, like, do you know what that means? Like, it wasn't like...
Sorry, I'm on guard today, I guess. It's a Monday.
Are you okay?
No.
I didn't talk about the bread thing on the last podcast. And it's so not relevant for this podcast, but I'm going to talk about it. I hate... This is... I've never met anyone who's shared this with me, and I want to find someone who there's got to be someone on the internet. You know when you get bread, Jack? What are you doing?
Let's hear it.
What were you singing over there?
I was singing, she loves bread. She loves.
Is that a TikTok or something?
No, I just made it up.
Oh,
I'm having fun. Sue me.
Okay, you know when you get bread and there's those little like keepers, the plastic things that go on the...
You hate... You to tell me you want to talk about this. You don't like the ties.
I don't like the ties. The ties are not as bad, but the plastic ones that like you have to like fit the...
Yeah, what are those called?
I don't know. Do they have a name? I hate them though. I like... Something about them like pisses me off. I don't like looking at them. I don't like keeping them.
Bread bag holders.
Yeah, bread bag. Yeah.
Okay, it thinks. Oh, they're calling it a bread clip.
A bread clip. I hate them.
And we're not talking about bread clip. We're talking about bread clip.
Like one word.
I know what I can do.
Oh, Jackie. Okay. But what do you think about them?
Sorry, guys, I can't do it because I don't know what's going on. But it's the little thingy.
It's like that like square with the...
you know what's amazing about being a podcast editor?
You can put it in later.
And put it in. It's really easy on CapCut.
Yeah, perfect. But how does it make you feel? Like, are you indifferent about it?
I don't use them.
Right.
I don't really eat bread.
But if you were to eat, well, we get that like sourdough bread from Trader Joe's. Does it come with one of those?
I don't put it back on it. I just like.
Yeah, like tie it up. I don't like if I go to someone's house and there's like 4 pieces of bread left and they still have that bread clip on there. I'm like,
I'm impressed.
Why?
That's what I am.
I'm not impressed. I'm concerned.
I'm like, these people definitely have dead people in their basement.
And you're impressed.
You got me there.
No, but it's like freaky to me. So I just wanted to have a discussion about it because if anyone else out there feels that way about those bread clips, not to be confused with chip clips. Chip clips or bread clips. Bread clips.
Bread clips.
I just want to talk about it. So.
And this is your safe space to do that.
This is a safe place. All right. Catch you next week.
Hope you guys enjoyed.
Hope you laughed about it. Share your 3PL stories with us.
Yeah.
I want to laugh about more 3PL stories because they're so good.
Yeah. If you ever want to like submit something, I'm going to take it upon myself to come up with this too.
Please.
If you ever want to submit something that you want us to talk about on the podcast, feel more than welcome to like comment on the YouTube video. Or if you're watching on Spotify, there's always like a Q&A at the end where you can like submit a question or whatever. So submit something there. Or just DM us on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because it'd be fun to like hear something that you guys like want like Zoe to talk about. Even if like maybe it's a sector Zoe doesn't even really know. We've got a little thing called Google.
That would be, I actually love when podcasts do like notes from the audience and stuff. And I think that would be fun if we come up with something.
Like if you ever send something in this chat and we don't acknowledge it, it's because like there's too much going on. So if there's something you like mentioned and we didn't like touch on it, send it through any of those avenues I just named. We'll see it, obviously. So we're like very like anything that's commented or sent in, DM'd, like we see it. So
we see it all.
Send it through and we could talk about it next week.
Heck yeah. Jackie, it's your job to press end.
Oh, I always forget about that. All right, guys.